High doses make you really sick. Yeah, especially like vitamin A is a really nasty one. You can actually die from taking too much vitamin A. People think about, oh, it's just a vitamin, whatever, I can take as much as I want. Not so much so, right? Yeah, hypervitaminosis A. Really, really nasty thing to do. And actually people can die from that. So that's probably the worst out of the four we have. Yeah, people that take like mega doses of that stuff, they're talking like huge doses, yeah. So definitely do some damage. But the other ones are your water-soluble vitamins, right? This is all H2O thing, water-soluble. Mostly we think about like your B vitamins and C vitamins, like vitamin D, vitamin C, whatever, on those. Those just go right up through your urine. So you can take like a huge mega dose of that every morning, and then you're just going to urinate it out with your body just D. So it just goes right through. So those you don't have to worry about, damage and things of that nature. They say like too much C can cause some kidney stones, but we're not going to worry about that for right now. But just know about, again, those fat-soluble vitamins, right under my big lipids, steroids, sort of thing in that one. Perfect. Okay. Pictures. You guys look at the pictures. Here's estrogen, what it looks like over here, compared to testosterone over there. Pretty similar, right? Got some cortisol, cholesterol, and just the differences on those types of steroids that are out there. That's exciting. Calcinol, all we're saying about this guy is it's a chemical messenger. That's all we're going to say. So it's a chemical that's used in the body to send a signal to another part of the body. So it regulates body functions. So it's like a hormone, right, sort of thing? Hormone, chemical messenger. Yeah, calcinoids. We'll probably do that in pt2, so we're not going to say anything more about it than that. It's a chemical messenger. If you're going too fast, you're doing okay. So I want to finish 2 for sure, so make sure we got that done. Otherwise, we're going to have a bunch of questions on this chapter 1. So, alrighty, protein. Good stuff. Everybody likes protein, right? High protein, low carbohydrate diets. Supposed to have less fat, right? Body fat to do that. Do you need carbohydrates though? Yeah, you do, right? What if you don't have enough? You get cranky? You do, yeah. Like, there are those people that do that no carb, high protein thing, and they're cranky, they have headaches, they don't feel good, whatever. Yeah, you gotta have some sugar in your diet, right? Some protein is good, carbohydrates good too, right? You have to have a good mix. You can't eat just one thing and not the other. So we have things like beans, like kidney beans and black beans, red beans, whatever you want to be. Bean-wise over there. Nuts, also a great source of protein. Almonds are really good. Peanuts, cashews, whatever, you can add those in as well. And then all your dairy, like eggs and milk, fish, meat, ham, cheese, whatever you want to do over there too. It's all great sources of protein. What about peanut butter? Peanut butter good? You guys like peanut butter? Yeah. You want to know a little fact about peanut butter? That's really bad. Okay. It has the highest concentration of rat in it.
What?
Rats, the animal.
Like
rats.
rodents?
Like rats that are like
rodent
rats,
Peanut butter? Yeah.
They get chopped up in the penis and get put into your rooms.
They do. That's why they do.
Rat is freaking delicious. I had no idea.
You guys don't remember the big salmonella outbreak? Peter Pan,
Think
right?
about the farmers and their peanuts and the hoppers, and they grind it up, and the rats.
No wonder we're so
fall in.
healthy. Roast meat. All the way up.
That's why I have a high protein, because rat.
You survive.
Seriously, like, wake up.
You're going to be eating, right?
High concentration of rat. So that's PBJ, I think we're having a little rat.
That's just really I know, I will. You can grind it yourself.
All right, so more on protein. So check out what they're made of. Carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen. Big 4 again, right? We're throwing a little bit of S for sulfur. Soda, sulfur, sodium. Sodium's an A.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what A is.
Okay, we're just going to skip it. Okay. Anyway, some little proteins are made up of amino acids. You guys heard of amino acids? building blocks of all proteins. Okay? And they have names. We have about 20 different ones that are out there. Tryptophan, remember that? Isoleucine, valine, all those different ones. So you have all these different amino acids. And again, we're going to talk about a peptide bond. So I want you to know that a peptide bond is a covalent bond. And if you know about covalent bonds, we know we're going to share electrons. So we're going to take a look at amino acid and how we're making proteins with those. So I'll give you a few of those little examples here. So we know proteins, yep, large complex molecules made up of amino acids, 20 different ones. Here we go. Here's what it looks like structurally. Up in that upper left-hand side, what's the right side over there, you can find my little amino acid. It has a carbon, and then we're going to stick some stuff on my carbon. See here. I have this amino group on the one side, so that's how it gets the name, amino, right? Amino acid. Then I have on the other side a carboxyl group. That's my acid side. So you can figure out the name, right? So it's an amino acid. Over here. Then I have my side chain, which says R. So I have some special group over here. So my R group, if you will, over here, or the side chain, either way. And then hydrogen stuck on the other side over here. Okay. So that's my amino acid. Looks like that's structurally. Now, all I have to do is like change a couple things here. Really just change one thing. So check out this guy, glycine, compared to cysteine or lysine or tyrosine. And they all have the same thing, right? They have a blue and a red and an H. Blue and a red and an H. And a blue and a red and an H. And a blue and a red and an H. So what's the difference between all those amino acids then? The R group or the side chain. Great test question. What's the difference between amino acids? The R group or the side chain. So I have the same base, right? The same foundation, blue and the red and the H. All I have to do is change that side chain or that R group, and I have a brand new amino acid. Yeah, brand new amino acid. So I have to like somehow hook those amino acids together to form this larger molecule known as a protein. So here's what they look like structurally too. And we're going to talk about peptide bonds, right? We said it's a covalent bond. We're going to do some sharing or whatever. We'll talk about how it goes together, right? Like glycine and alanine. We're going to dump some water so it's a dehydration reaction, yada yada. Here's my peptide bond. So these are like peptide bonds are what holds those amino acids together. Okay? We'll show it to you that coming later. Here we go. Here's a whole bunch. So here are my 20 amino acids. We do 10 here, then 10 more for you. And maybe you've heard a few of these. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe alanine or valine, leucine, isoleucine. What's up? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you talk about those. Yeah, some are branched, some are unbranched. We do this. And then we do my next one over here. You probably know about this little guy, right? Tryptophan.
Makes you sleepy.
Yeah, found in turkey.
And milk.
Tired and you eat it. Yeah. I think it's like eat so much food, you're just like wiped out anyways, right? Like turkey, stuffing, sweet potatoes, whatever. So that's like a pretty common one. And this guy right over here too, right? Phenylalanine. Yeah, so that whole PKU thing. So, oh, that had like penalties here. So, what do you got with this little PKU? That's when you're first born, they do a little heel prick, right? And test you to make sure you don't have phenylketonuria sort of thing. You can't process phenylalanine, so you have to give you like a little injection so you can actually die from that. So some people can't process phenylalanine. So if you buy sodas and things, it'll say on the can what? That it has phenylalanine on there. So if you drink that stuff and you can't process it, it'll kill you. So just so you know, don't
Does
drink
not
that
say
stuff.
phenylalanine.
Right? So anyways, those are my other ones, my other 10. Right? I have 20 altogether. So how about if I give you like 5 or 6 of those on your first exam? So like memorize the structure, which ones they are, multiple choice, fill in the blanks. I don't know. Those are them. Those are what they look like. All right, so now I'm going to take my amino acids and string them together to form proteins, and I have some different structures that I can make with that. And you have to remember we make pretty much like everything in the human body is made from proteins. So we have a whole bunch of different types of proteins that are out there. We have structural proteins, we have immunological proteins, we have transport proteins, we have, and the list goes on and on and on. So we make tons of stuff with proteins. So here's the deal. Here's how it's going to work out. So I have like, I don't know, just like to make up stuff here. Here's a valine, and I hook it to an isoleucine, and I can hook it to a threonine, and I'll hook it to a phenylalanine, to a tryptophan, whatever. Okay, so that makes a protein. So take those amino acids and just string them all together to make a protein. I have different types of proteins, and let me ask you this. If I do the same thing over here, and I do it exactly the same way, so valine and isoleucine and a threonine and whatever. And instead of this one here, instead of putting like on whatever I had, a tryptophan, I put in like another isoleucine. Do I have a brand new protein, or are they the same, do you think? Yeah, all I have to do is change one of those out of the sequence, and I have a brand new protein. And really why that comes into play is this little guy. Have you guys heard of sickle cell anemia?
Yes.
Maybe? Okay. So normally your little red blood cell should be nice and round, like that. What happens with sickle cell anemia people?
Sickle cell.
Yeah, their little red blood cells look like that. They don't work so well, right? They have these little pointy ends, they get stuck and everything. So here's the deal. Out of these amino acids, there's a string to make a red blood cell. So again, it's made from proteins. It's 210, you guys like don't know that number, but 210 amino acids in a certain sequence. If I just take one of those and substitute it for something else, it changes the shape from this to that. So all you do is change one amino acid in that huge chain of 210, and you get a totally different structure. So it's really important that these are in the proper sequence, right? Because otherwise things get messed up. Okay. So who tells us how to put these in the sequence?
The
Your
brain.
DNA, right? That's all your DNA does, is tell you how to assemble your amino acids. That's it. So you've probably heard of things like chromosomes and genes that are out there, right? Have you heard of that stuff? Yeah. Just like a little sidetrack here for us, whatever. We have chromosomes, and your little chromosomes are found where in your cell?
In your chromosome.
There's like something on this board. You guys like write on my board, don't you? Like oil on there, so I can't write for the day. Yeah, so you have your little nucleus right inside. It's like right here. Okay, so all your DNA is found in your nucleus of your cell. We'll talk about cells in chapter 3. And that's nothing more than your chromosomes. And how many pairs of chromosomes do you have? 23 pairs. Good job. So we all know that. So here's like pair number 1, and then we have pair number 2. It looks like this crazy thing. Maybe pair 3. It looks like that, or whatever. So actually, you get half from mom, right? So mom does her little donation over there, and dad gives up the other half, and that's how you get your pairs of chromosomes. Well, on those chromosomes, like when you go like one big one here, like over here, and here's the other one over here. It's sort of cool. On the chromosome itself, you have genes. Okay, so there's a gene, there's a gene, here's a gene. And so what is a gene? A gene is nothing more than a specific area on your chromosome that will code for a protein, how to make it. We're going to like do some more of this in chapter 3. Okay, so that'll be coming up in like a few minutes here, maybe some time we have left over, but just slow. Right now we're going to talk about proteins, how they make everything. DNA tells us how to assemble those proteins to make the different structures for us. We'll see this in chapter 3.